Hello there. This is your homework for targets 1 through 3 for our new unit 8. So target 1, we're evaluating an exponential function. We're going to take the number in parentheses and we're going to plug it in for x. I'm going to do this without a calculator to the best of my ability. So you can use a calculator though. So 3 to the 0 power plus 3. 3 to the 0 power is 1 plus 3 is 4. All right, number 2. So if I plug in the 1 for x, that would be 4 to the 3rd power, because 3 times 1 is 3, minus 3. So 4 to the 3rd power is 64, minus 3 is 61. All right, number 3. If I plug in a 2 for the t, negative 2 times 2 squared, that would be negative 2 times 4, which would be negative 8. On 4, if I plug in a 0 for t, that means that exponent becomes 0. So that's negative 2 to the 0 power plus 3. Negative 2 to the 0 power is 1, plus 3 is 4. And then moving on to number 5, if I plug in a 1 for x, that would be 4 to the 1st power plus 1. 4 to the 1st power is just 4, plus 1 is 5. And then on number 6, you have negative 3 times 2. And if I plug in a 2 for the t, that would be to the negative 6th power. So I have negative 3 times. So 2 to the 6th power, what is that? So that would be 8, 16, 32. So that would be 64. So then if it's to the negative 6, that would be 1 over 64. So when I multiply those, I'd get negative 3 over 64, which I don't believe simplifies. But you could use the decimal version of that, which I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head. All right, target 2, we are evaluating logarithmic expressions. So just a reminder to do this, it's kind of a puzzle. So on number 7, we're trying to figure out 4 to what power gives you 16. So 4 to the 2nd power gives you 16. 7 to what power gives you 343. So I'm going to have to use my calculator to help me. I know that 7 squared is 49, so that's not it. So 7 to the 3rd power, that worked when it was to the 3rd power. Okay. So now things just get a little bit trickier here. So we have 3 to what power equals 1 over 81. So 1 over means I have a negative exponent. So I'm going to ignore that for a second. And in my calculator, I'm finding that 3 to the 4th power is 81. So to get 1 over 81, that means our exponent must be a negative 4 to take that reciprocal. All right. 5 to what power is 25? Hopefully this one's pretty simple for you. 5 squared is 25. All right, and then we have 7 to what power is 49? 7 squared is 49. And then we have 3 to what power equals 9? 3 squared equals 9. So those last 3 were all just squared. So hopefully you were able to recognize those. Going on to the back, we are changing the form in which our problem is written in. So we're going to take these first 4 and we're going to put them in exponential form. So remember we do the loop-de-loop, loop and scoop, however you want to call that. So we start with the 7, then we hit the 3 equals 343. And 7 to the 3rd power is 343. I found that out on the front page. So loop and scoop, we have 3 to the negative 5th equals 1 over 243. So it's always that pattern. You always write your answer in that order. So 16, then a 2 squared equals 256. And I'm always checking to making sure that what I'm writing is a true statement. 3 to the 5th power is 243. Okay, so that was going from logarithmic form, and then we wrote it in exponential form. And now we're going to do the opposite. And we can actually use that loop and scoop still, just putting it in a different format. So if I loop and scoop, don't forget to do log first, I would get log of 361. The next number I hit is of 19 equals the exponent, which is 1/2. So log base 7 of 49 is 2. Log base 11 of 1 over 121 equals -2. Hopefully you guys are seeing the pattern here. And log base 12 of 144 equals 2. So that's your homework for targets 1 through 3. If you have any questions, let your teacher know, and I hope you guys are doing well.